everybody. I'm sorry if you watched. I tried watching the first video and I was like, wow, the game is loud and you can't really hear my voice. Sorry about that. I will endeavor to do better in the future. At this point, I have decreased the game volume from Twitch. And I'm going to try and kind of talk about some of the stuff I did, talked about before, because quite honestly, you're probably not going to be able to hear it. So, first of all, yeah, and also I noticed the stuff didn't sync up very well. Really sorry about that. I don't know what I can do about that. I will probably try to look into that in the near future. But like I said, this is more of a gameplay as opposed to like, well, not a gameplay. This is more of a talking about firearms as opposed to the actual game itself. Also, if you don't get the title, the Electric Boogaloo is normally what people reference. All the way back here?
You've got us this far, Edwards. I need you to do it again, so we're out of these woods.
Oh. Okay. But they didn't really have a lot of electricity back then, so I renamed it the Kerosene Boogaloo because I think that's honestly probably more funny. So, yeah, so the, what is this, like the Model 5 Browning? Yeah, basically the first semi-auto shotgun. Boom. I would not understand how not everybody in the camp would immediately be alerted, but okay then. Yeah, C96 7.63 pistol. I've really always wanted one. Haven't really ever had the chance to get one though. So yeah. Hold the pickaxe. Good lord. Yeah. So let's take a look what we got here. Yeah, I've not seen a lot of these either. I'm not saying they weren't around. They probably just weren't around as much as the game would. Yeah, probably like you think. Oh, so the C96 should be suppressor. I'll run with that for a sec. Here we go. So, why does this have, 45 shots and this only has 10? There's actually a pretty good reason for it. So, suppressed firearms are not silenced, they're actually suppressed. You need a thing called subsonic ammunition, otherwise they don't work as well. So subsonic ammunition basically means that the round is not breaching, I think it doesn't breach the sound barrier, or at least not as much. So they hit less hard, but they're going to be slower, so the firearm is not going to be as loud. I don't know if 7.63 would breach that helmet. I would assume it would, depending on how you hit the guy. So, yeah, I'm going to try and do better in the future, guys. Sorry, that's on me. Like I said, I'm not really good with streaming, so I'm going to do my best, and hopefully we'll always continue to improve to give you the best terrible quality content you can ask for. And quite honestly, probably the content you didn't ask for. Goodness. Yeah, quite honestly, that probably would happen. I'm gonna switch out this rifle. This pistol for this rifle, I mean. Yeah. I was talking about the G98 earlier. Basically, this would be what everyone would be armed with. Typically, you wouldn't see guys armed with rifles like this just because it's a semi-auto rifle and plus it has a detachable box magazine. These are stripper clip fed. And also you would normally, yeah, you could just load single shot in there however many rounds you needed. Most soldiers would be armed with these base rifles. I like the detail when he reloads. I think I said in the last video, I don't know if you could hear it. Basically where he puts his hand over the ejection port and the reloading port. So, you know. Basically, because otherwise you're going to eject unspent cartridges, because the rifle or whatever you're using cannot tell the difference.
Watch yourself.
Yeah. Kind of just, you know, eliminated an entire large group of people, so, yeah. I was sure the Hell Regal was a prototype firearm that never actually reached production, which is kind of interesting.
Don't get too far ahead.
I love how fast you can swing this thing.
Come on, Edwards. Let's get moving.
I'll fix the tank, don't worry. Oh, that would clank, darn it. Do it. Yeah, that would have killed you. I don't care. You would have either been knocked out and heavily injured, or... Yeah. Never ever gone this way before. But yeah, so typically there's a few different kinds of ammunition. There's subsonic, there's standard, and then there's overpressured, which is typically like defense cartridges. So that'd be like plus P cartridges and stuff like that. Alright, let's take a look. Poor guy. Lots of dynamite, seriously. One man could do this, but typically that's not what's going to happen. Typically I would have been, most likely I would have been spotted by now. Because your eyes would most likely pick up the movement of someone moving. Like I said, your eyes would most likely pick up a lot of the movement that I'm putting off. And yeah, he like stabbed him in like the shoulder. Yeah, no, that probably would not incapacitate you quick enough. I mean, it's a game for fun. Who really cares, right? Oh, he's realizing something's up. And he will most I know it's just a game, but he most definitely would have seen me.
Alles in Ordnung? Hey, du!
At this point, they'd probably start securing the camp, being like, yeah, we know someone's here. Yeah, howdah. Never actually, I don't think I've ever actually seen one of those in real life. I know they're real, because I've never had the pleasure of seeing one. No. It's not great.
Geht kein Risiko ein. Fordert Hilfe an, wenn ihr ihn seht.
No, somebody would have heard that. I tell you what, somebody would have heard that. And honestly, though, too, they wouldn't probably just be like, you know, what the heck? I don't want a shovel. Guess you can see I'm digging their graves with it. Yeah, that was pretty terrible. And they would have done like a clean sweep of the camp to make sure that, like, whoever did that was found, and they would shoot me on sight. I'll tell you right now, for free 8mm Mauser, only takes it one good shot and you're dead. And I know that's the way with most firearms, but still, yeah.
Findet diesen Bastard und tötet ihn!
Oh, he's like pretty much seen me.
Findet den Bastard und tötet ihn! Scheiße!
MG15? I haven't really seen any of these in the wild of this game. That's actually really interesting. I know. Also, why is it air cooled? So it's probably remaking the MG08 15, which it was an air cooled that was on aircraft. The water cooled would have been on the ground, and most likely I could not shoulder fire this. Yeah, so this shovel would normally probably be used as an entrenching tool, but it'd work. Yeah, I'm kind of scared because those do explode. I'm still kind of tired. It's about 10:45 here. So. So yeah, field gun. You could potentially arm it, man it. I mean, you could load it probably and do all this one person. Most likely you wouldn't want to. You want a crew. Heck, anything's possible, but I mean, yeah, typically you're not going to do this solo. No, you're not my real boss. Oh, they're well up there.
According to the map, we should soon be out of these sodden woods. We need to get across this here bridge, and then it shouldn't be much further. On the bridge! Germans, let 'em have it!
I just ran through barbed wire. That's great. That's incredibly easy, you know, running through barbed wire. I know it's just a game, but like I'm just... Am I saying you couldn't use this, like, just like, you know, kind of hold it? No, you most definitely probably could, but no. Not really. You know, I'm gonna say that, no, you probably couldn't. The way that's positioned, your hand's gonna probably be right on that barrel. That barrel's gonna be extremely hot after a few rounds. And also the sheer weight of that firearm is gonna make it so it's gonna be extremely hard for you to one hand. Madsen's, yeah, I don't think I've seen one in person, but I know of them. Yeah, then there's this, the 1918 Tank of Air. Yeah, there's actually stories. This rifle would dislocate men's shoulders, and you can't actually fire except for from the prone position, because the rifle itself is heavy. There's the rocket gun. I've not seen these either. So why can't I pick up one of these rifles? It looks like some G98s and some of those like cell blasters or something. Wow, I might be an idiot. Okay. I'm gonna take the Madsen. I actually like this, I just never use it. Oh, and I get all sneaky for this one. You guys still good? You're good now, yeah. Of course, in this game, they're like, oh, use your binoculars. Use your binoculars to try to use binoculars. I literally had it where I've seen the binoculars. I pulled it up, and I'm like, oh, I can see just fine. This is cool. And then it's literally like, oh. Because I switched weapons, and the binoculars at that point decided to start floating. So, yeah. It is what it is, though. That tank is mine, though. Gonna take it. It's kind of funny though, because that oh, is that a Renault? I think it's a Renault, and it's a two-man crew, so you know it's could you pilot it by yourself? I mean, I'm not an expert on this subject, but maybe. Could you? Probably realistically, probably not. Should eat some breakfast at some point. Not the dang hiccup. Yeah, this part's always pretty difficult because, like, you gotta be really careful not to get spotted. There's a guy up there, I just can't spot him as easily. Oh, there he is. Just like saying, yeah, there's a Tank of Air 1918. Some shells. Oh, a C96 carbine. You know what? I always talk about it. I'm gonna go with this. Yeah, so firearms like this would actually be pretty good because it's, you know, it's just a semi-auto pistol with, you know, I don't know if you don't even really need a scope on it, but I don't know why you would, but you know, it's just semi-auto rifle. Semi-auto pistol with a stock on it. So I mean, there you go. You now have a semi-auto firearm.
Halt endlich dein Maul! Was war denn das?
Most likely those tanks would have been captured from the French forces because that is a Renault light tank, which is French. So, yeah.
Was stinkt hier so?
There we go. Look in here. PO8 artillery. I'm actually going to go with this one instead. Follows the same premise of the C96 carbine, which is take a pistol. Then you would put a stock on it, and then now you have basically a semi-auto carbine, which is really good because even though I think what is the Luger fire? I think that's actually it's 9mm Parabellum, so 9x19. Yeah, you know what? That makes for a effective counter against things like bolt action rifles because bolt actions are powerful but fire really, really slow. Shush, you're dead. Oh, and he most definitely would have heard that one. Say Regati Trench. Again, yeah, semi-auto rifle. There's a lot of semi-auto rifles and machine guns in this game. Hope you enjoyed the smoke, bud. It's kind of rude to kill a man mid-smoke, but, you know, it's war. Yeah, like I said, it's a video game, so they're going to have to take liberties. Because, I mean, the thing is, though, someone made a good point. It was actually the Act Man who made a good point. He said something like, you know, a little bit of realism in war, like in a war game, is important. Alright, let's get back to the tank. It's actually really important, yeah. The problem is, though, if you really want to complain and be a stickler for realism in a game like that's taking place in, like, World War I, you're going to have to basically be comfortable sitting in a trench for months on end, because that's basically the most realistic. So, yeah, and that's a really good point to make. Is that, you know, realism is a lot of times suspended, or, you know, you have to have some suspension of disbelief, because otherwise, you know, everything would be a bolt action, and that's not as fun. So, yeah. I'm in a tank, Townsend. Ooh, trucks. Round went through both of them. I mean, it could happen, depending on where you hit them. And, you know, I don't actually know what a Renault light tank's main cannon was, but I would assume it is a round powerful. Yeah, so I hit him in the front, so you hear that round bounce off. Yeah. Would still damage the tank, but right, no. Even warship shells are known to bounce off other ships. Trying to hit him in the... Yeah, there I got him. I took out his engine. Yeah, I'm gonna repair my tank. Alright, hang on. Dang, incoming trucks. I got this. Back up. There we go. Yeah, and concrete doesn't shatter like that from tank shells. It just doesn't. Not typically anyways, depending on the shell you're using, but typically it's not gonna have that effect. So the interesting part, though, too, is that if you take out the engine on a vehicle, on like a tank, a lot of times I think you also effectively take out the main cannon. all that shit. Alright, it's time to prepare. Well, I mean, what I mean by that is because if you take out a tank, its engine's pretty much donezo anyways. I mean, if you take out an engine, the tank's pretty much donezo. The problem is, though, too, you need power to turn that turret. Unless you have something like a manual, like, crank that you could do, which I don't think a lot of tanks had. Basically, if you took out the engine, you would effectively take the tank out as a fighting vehicle. No, I'm in a tank. You can't tell me no. I think, yeah, and honestly, yeah, it is. I think it is a Renault that the Germans would have captured it. Also, there's a chain on the back. I'm imagined for towing. Because yeah, you know, if you have a problem, you can just go. If something needs to be towed, tank could actually be a pretty darn good option. So, all right. It is more of a classic tank design. Instead of having the British where the guns are on the side, you basically have them on like the on the top, which also gives you a better field of view. So, yeah. Hang on, I'm gonna launch this from here. I don't actually think that did anything. That might have been a few detonations. So you're gonna launch a shell through the window. I want to set off some of that ordnance. Wow, that was a heckin' mess. I'll say there's a bit. Not much, though.
Well, that's enough fun and games for you. Get in and drive, Edwards. Let's get out of here.
Don't wanna.
That was outstanding,
But,
Edwards.
you know.
You'll have yourself a medal if we get through this.
Give us a break. Give us a break.
What, Edwards, what?
So she needs new spark plugs.
Check how far that village is. Can you see it, son? Can you see the village?
Yes. Yes, I see it.
And what about our tanks? Can you see any of our
What, the
tanks down
binoculars
there?
work for him, but not for me?
Edwards.
Yeah. But they're not ours anymore.
Well, that's not good.
Sounds like whatever Bess needs is down in that village.
All right. Let's go, Everett. Let's go.
Good luck.
Come over here. That tank is going nowhere and he'll be dead by morning. We're fucked.
What's it you? You're just gonna abandon the mission, are you?
Don't you get it? Finch, Pritchard, all of us. We've been fucked all along.
Look, if that's what you want, McManus, then just go.
Don't you ever talk to me like that. I've ran more fucking missions than you have had hot dinner, son.
McManus, just fucking go.
So why does he get a standard SMLE, but I don't get that one? SMLE, by the way, is
So
short
much for all
magazine
this
Lee
together.
Enfield.
All right, find the parts, get the tank running, don't die.
But yeah, so I think I'm gonna end it there, just because it's about 30 minutes, and you know, yeah. So, again, thanks for watching. I hope the audio is better on this one. I'm sorry if the gunshots aren't syncing up very well. I'm doing my best, but yeah. But, yeah, I hope you guys are staying warm, staying safe, and if you liked the video, comment, leave a comment, like, and subscribe. And if you want to hit the notification bell, go ahead. I normally don't because I don't want my phone blowing up like, oh, this person posted, this person posted, this person posted, and it's like, okay, I'm no. So thanks guys again for watching. Like I said, if you guys have a idea for a video, I could do actually a video on Black Ops Cold War. I do have that game. There are some firearms in there. Like I said, I'm not gonna go too in depth because I don't I don't really want to. The problem is, in video games, a lot of stuff's happening. It can kind of get hard to talk about everything. And also, there's videos out there for guys. I'm impressed by them. They have like, what's one like Omicron weaponry. I would suggest you check him out. I mean, them out. Don't want to assume, but I'd suggest you check them out just because they have like really in-depth stuff. Like they'll have like oh well, this firearm has this mechanical piece that isn't the way it should be, and it's like, oh wow, I didn't even know that. So I'm better with history than I am mechanics though with that stuff. So, but anyways, like I said, thanks guys. So yeah, I hope you're all, like I said, staying warm, staying safe, and yeah. So hopefully hopefully these videos do well, and you know what, even if they don't, I'll probably make them just for me. So all right. Well, you guys have a good one. I'm gonna go have some breakfast, I think. So, breakfast at 11:04. Dang. Well, see you guys in the next one. Bye for now.